This episode was previously recorded in front of an imaginary studio audience.
Time for fun, life, Friday!
Oh, you nice chatters out there. Your old pal Skip the Show coming back at you again. Happy Fun Night Friday. And have we got a great show for you today. That's because we're going to beat Tobias to the punch. Yeah, this guy, he's working on this video. 3 knives that everybody should experience. Well, have I got 3 knives that everybody should experience? Matter of fact, the 3 knives that I'm picking out, well, they're not actually 3 knives. They're 3 styles of knives that I think everybody should experience, because I tell you what, they are life-altering experiences once you get a hold of these knives. I'm living proof, man. I am living proof. These knives are the knives that hooked me into knives. And I think they also hooked a lot of other people in it. So a lot of people might have already experienced these knives. But I tell you what, some of you, you're just stuck in the mud and you're afraid to experience these knives because you know that your entire life might be altered by them. So let's get this show on the road and show you 3 knives that everyone should experience. Or at least 3 styles of knives everyone should experience. And the first one up, well, that might be the smallest one, but everyone should experience it. That's right here, the push dagger. Everybody should experience a push dagger. You gotta get one of these in your hand and you gotta poke it into something. And once you do that, it's gonna be like, wow, that is fun. Then you're going to want another one, and you're going to want to poke stuff with it, because that's what it's there for. It's just a push dagger, and you poke stuff with it. They're cheap, they're inexpensive, they're fun. This one here, this is supposed to be a piece of Pakistani crap. I mean, come on. We're talking about Damascus there, olive wood handle. Look at that though. You get it in your hand, feels so good, and you get a good grip on it. All you got to do is punch. Yeah. A lot of fun, and all you do is punch things. Man, somebody threw away my can. I want to punch something with this, and I can't even punch anything with it. So that's kind of a downer right now, but I tell you what, once you get a hold of one of these, you're going to find, oh, cardboard box, let me go punch it. Oh, wood box, let me go punch it. Watermelon, let me go punch it. Any kind of melon, I just want to punch it, because you got a push dagger in your hand, and they're a lot of fun. So push dagger. Some of them are really expensive. Some of them are pretty inexpensive. Here's another one. Look at that one. Is that not looking like fun? Got a guard there and everything else. This is one they used in World War I in the trenches of World War I. So it's a nice fighting push dagger. This is like the old style. You know, just a lot of fun. Poke, poke, poke. A lot of fun with a push dagger. If you have not experienced the push dagger, your life is not nearly as fun as mine. That's all I'm saying. Because I've had push daggers in my hand, and they are fun. So there's first one. Now the next one, probably not as controversial as a push dagger, because, well, more people have seen these. However, they were outlawed, and everyone should experience it. That's the stiletto. Especially a switchblade stiletto. Now you can't always get a hold of these. They're a little harder to find, but just the stiletto in general. That wonderful blade going on there. If you can get one that's a switchblade, that's even better, because there's nothing quite as satisfying as listening to that click. Listen to this. Does that just not sound like fun? Switchblade stilettos are just there. There's other switchblades out there, but they're not a stiletto. You gotta get that stiletto switchblade. And if you can't get the stiletto switchblade, maybe just get the old stiletto, lock back. With a little practice, you can get to the point where you can flip that open one-handed too. So that's a lot of fun too. Doesn't make the cool sound and everything, but you can get used to these things and get them to work one-handed. So that's a cool thing too. And maybe you even have a little bit of problem with something like that, opening these one-handed. Well then, you know this knife. This is my knife. This is my favorite stiletto, the Green Skull Stiletto. How can you not have fun with the Green Skull Stiletto? Got a liner lock on there, modern and all that other cool stuff. So if you're one of those modern guys, you can at least grab something like a Green Skull Stiletto. I know what you're thinking. Gas station knife. So what? It's fun. And if you want one that's more expensive, I'm sure Benchmade or somebody out there makes something similar to this, but I doubt it's going to have a bottle opener on it. Yeah, Green Skull Stiletto. Oh yeah, buddy. You gotta have a stiletto in your life. If you don't have a stiletto in your life, once again, let me put it this way. If you're just having half as much fun without the stiletto, you'll have twice as much fun with the stiletto. So there you go. Simple math. You gotta double the pleasure in your life, and you can do that simply by having a stiletto. So go for a stiletto. And now the final knife. Number 3. The knife everybody should have. Big ass buoy. You need a big ass buoy. Now mine's the escort buoy. Yeah, I know you're thinking fantasy knife. Who cares? Fantasy knife, schmantasy knife. You know what? Talking about fantasy knife. This true story. They found evidence about this. You always heard about that story in the Alamo where, what's his name? Travis. He draws a line in the sand and says something about everybody who wants to stay here and die fighting the Mexicans, stay here. Anyone who wants to leave, just cross that line. That story is a bunch of BS. What had happened was the night before, him and Jim Bowie were in an argument. Yeah, Travis and Jim Bowie were arguing because Travis said, hey, let me see that famous knife you got there. And Travis pulls out Bowie pulls out this big old Bowie knife, and Travis kind of laughed and goes, so that's the knife your brother made for you? And he goes, yeah, it's the knife my brother made for you. And he's like, no, it ain't, man. You can buy those a dime a dozen. I saw them when I was coming to Texas. I saw them. They were selling them in an Arkansas trading post. Yeah, they weren't anything special. And they had a big argument over it and everything else. And then the very next day, the argument was continuing on. And so Travis called everybody in. And he said, all right, everybody, get out there. Jim Bowie, step forward. Show everybody your knife. And Jim Bowie steps forward. He shows everybody his knife. And he goes, all right, everybody. Jim Bowie says that's the best knife in the world. Is his knife better than yours? If his knife is better than yours, step over the line. and be on Jim Bowie's side. But if your knife is just as good as his or better, just stay back there with me, because I think my knife's just as good as Jim Bowie's. Matter of fact, I think his is just tourist trap out of an Arkansas trading post. And everyone goes, yeah, it does kind of look like just crap from a tourist trading post. And well, a tourist trading post back then, all those were like a gas station. So, just stop there and buy whatever crap you needed for the road. And say, oh, look at that. There's a knife there. I'm going to pick that up. And that's really where Jim Bowie's knife was. It was just a piece of trading post crap that he claimed was this really great knife. But it was just trading post crap. Look it up. It's out there. It's on the internet. And they don't make that crap up. So my escort Bowie, just as good as Jim Bowie's Bowie knife. Maybe even better. Got lightning holes in there. Look at those teeth on the back, yeah. You can even pop a beer with those, so yeah. You can carry it in your mouth, too. Always a good testament to a Bowie knife. Can you carry it in your mouth? And you can with this one. So there you go. Really good Bowie knife. Oh, by the way, double-edged Bowie knives, Not recommended for mouth carry. Just getting it out there right now. Oh, look at that rat thing. Yeah. Now this is my favorite buoy, but everyone should have their own favorite big ass buoy. And like this one here, I think this might be Tobias's big ass buoy he likes the most. He made it himself. Look at that scimitar blade. Ah! If he finds out I put his buoy knife in my mouth, oh man, better wipe that off. Don't need to leave no incriminating DNA on his buoy knife. Oh, look at that wide smooth bone handle. Just chop the heck out of a watermelon with that one. Imagine that at the barbecue. You've got your family barbecue and they're out there. Hey, who wants to serve the watermelon? You come out with this, whack, cut that thing in half. It's like, all right, I got it cut up for you. Who else wants some? Yeah, you know, that's going to impress the family. Tell you what, everyone's going to love a big ass buoy like that. And maybe you like something a little more historical. There's always a D-guard buoy, so why not? And yeah, you can even put. Imagine that. You know, you've seen True Grit, right? John Wayne. He's on those horses. He's got a pistol in one hand and a Winchester in the other hand, and he's like, "Fill your hands, you son of a bitch." Could you imagine? Fill your hands, you son of a bitch. He got the gun. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Be right back. All right, now we're ready. Fill your hands, you son of a bitch! Yeah! Now tell me that wouldn't have even been better in True Grit than John Wayne with an eye patch and no knife in his mouth. You know I'm right. Big ass buoy and a knife in your mouth when you're charging. You know, all them bad guys, they're already dead. They know it. So, you know, that's why you want the big ass buoy. And he was an old Confederate soldier, so he would have had a D-guard buoy. Yeah. Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to be done. So you can see it. You need that big ass buoy in your collection. It makes you have fun. Yeah. Everyone needs to experience a big ass buoy. Everyone needs to experience a push dagger, and everyone needs to experience some kind of stiletto. It's in your blood as a knife collector. You just need to have it in there. Now I know some of you are out there, I don't need that. I don't need that at all. That's because you're afraid. You're thinking, I can't own those in my area. I can't have a big knife like that, or a stiletto or a push dagger where I live because it's illegal. Well, go someplace where it's legal and experience it. And the next thing you know, what's going to happen is you're going to go back home and you're going to say, honey, we got to move because I need a big ass buoy. And your friend your honey is going to say, it's about time you grew a pair. Let's move. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. Everyone needs to experience these knives. Skip out. All right. There you have it, all you knife chatters. Been your old pal, Skip DeSheau's. Another fun Knife Friday in the books. Remember, if your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong. Skip out.
If your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong, and Skip Out are registered trademarks of Skip DeSheau's Enterprises. This has been a Cat Production presentation. All rights reserved.
That's the ultra Ajax. I feel better now. Who's gonna clean this up?